Hi, my name is John, Jon. My last name is Drucks, Drucks. Need to look at my entire Facebook page. It's my book, Change 2014, follows Change 2013, and Change 2012, because God knows we need change, and we need change now. I'm in Oakhurst, California, and this is called the Little Church on the Hill. It's Sunday, June 15th, 2014, also known as Father's Day. And actually, I'm in a cemetery. The Little Church on the Hill is in a cemetery. It was moved here, actually. I'll show you the sign at the end, which talks about this. But the cemetery, I guess, is where I spent my Father's Day. My dad died when I was 12 years old. And I believe I witnessed my father go to heaven. And I wasn't the only one there, but I think it was for me. So I would know there's a heaven. After my father closed his eyes, he said, "It's beautiful." And I believe it was for a reason. So I would believe in heaven and not be afraid to deliver a message from above that would receive almost 40 years later. And almost 50 years after my mother receiving hers. My mother received a message after the assassination of JFK. She was told our government was involved. And I believe her message is correct. Well, I believe the assassination of JFK and 9/11 were mass conspiracies and mass cover-ups, includes the mass media of the ruling royal elite secret societies of the New World Order. I believe Skulls and Bones Bush 41 is the common denominator, as CNN, New World Order, CIA channel, CIN, is honoring and worshiping Bush 41 today, on Father's Day. And everyone needs to look at this, look at this here, up in the air, above the cemetery and the Little Church on the Hill. Full-on chemtrail attack. I woke up this morning and I did a video, but I think I'm just going to keep this one here. But full-on chemtrail attack on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everyone. Let's spray a bunch of chemicals over you. As we were ready to go to war with Syria for spraying chemicals on their people. And as he's going to make the cross right here. And again, I believe they make X's in the sky. Their message is, there is no God and there is no heaven. As I'm by a church in a cemetery on Father's Day, spreading a message from above. I believe the message of the Spirit of truth, John 16:13, is the truth of the end. Either we're going to stand up for the truth or it's over. Turn out the lights, the party's over. Anyone willing and able to pull off 9/11 and the wars is willing and able to pull off anything and everything, as you have a jet now spraying right over the top. And no one can say this is normal. Look at all of them in the air. I just saw something on Facebook where Fresno's getting bombarded too. You know, I'm probably about 35 miles from Fresno right now. They actually went away for a couple weeks. I actually thought, wow, maybe something is going to change. Maybe something good is going to happen from what I'm doing. They didn't spray for a couple weeks here, but we're right back to it, full force. And again, I think CNN's the CIA channel is what I think. I'm not the only one thinking that. I just posted a picture that confirms that. Skulls and Bones Bush 41 led the secret CIA. And I believe if you trace back all the tragic events and wars, it goes right back to our secret CIA. I believe the CIA are agents for the Federal Reserve. At the direction of the Council on Foreign Relations, overseen by the State Department. Now we have a Skulls and Bones secret society member, Secretary of State, negotiating nuclear World War III on our behalf. Skulls and Bones secret society member Bush 41 is the son of Skulls and Bones Prescott Bush. His Royal War Pig banks were shut down for funding the Nazis in World War II. We allowed the son and the grandson of the banker of the Nazis to become our president, and you wonder what could happen, as you now have a good ex going right there. And I've talked about this before. Again, I believe their message is, there is no God and there is no heaven. My mother received a message after the assassination of JFK. Said our government was involved, and I believe her message is correct. And I believe everything that JFK warned us about in his secret society speech over 50 years ago is ruling our nation today. And I believe the same could be said of his separation of church and state speech. Those holy royal rulers holding holy books are the kings of cover-up. JFK exposed a plot to enslave every man, woman, and child of this nation. He was assassinated 7 days later, and I believe it was by the royal plotters. And I'm sure they're the ones behind all this going on in the skies above where I'm at right now. I believe the assassination of JFK and 9/11 were basically the same royal plot, different day. And this is nothing new. My mother's family, my mother's Irish Catholic family, has been traced back to Joan of Arc. Around 600 years ago, she received a message from above saying the royal family of England and their secret societies were taking over France. I believe the same could be said of us today. Same royal plot, different day. Same royal plot 600 years later. And I believe it goes back 2014 years ago is what I believe it goes back to. I believe we're living out a royal plot that has us living out the end of the Christian calendar based on the beginning. 2014 years ago. Same royal plot, different day. And either we're going to stand up now or we're going to see the end. One way or the other. Either we're going to get blown off the face of the map by either our domestic enemies or our foreign enemies. And the question is, are they just really one? One new world order. We need the truth on 9/11. We're going to die for living the lie of 9/11 is what I believe. And again, I believe we're living out a royal made plot. I don't believe this is God. But the thing is God saying we need to stand up for the truth to the end. The truth will set us free, John 8:32. Free at last, the words of MLK. Free and independent, the words of JFK. And again, those are the final words of his secret society speech. And I believe independent was the key word. The key word. Directed at the evil royal rulers we declared our independence from. And there's a full-on X right now as I'm in a cemetery. And I believe that message is, there is no God and there is no heaven. And again, if anyone thinks this is normal, you're crazy. If you think this is just normal jets, you're crazy. How does it feel? Like a Rolling Stone, the story of my crazy life, living in a nation and world ruled under secrets and lies. Wake up, know your enemy, take the power back. The words of Rage Against the Machine. Over 20 years ago, they were screaming at us about everything that's happening to our nation today. This is a plan. This is a royal plot to deliver on the promise of a new world order by Skulls and Bones, Bush 41, and CNN's honoring him today. We need to stand up right now, people. I believe there is a mass conspiracy and a mass cover-up, includes the mass media, the destruction of America. There's treason being committed in the highest degree, and we need to hold these people accountable. We're going to die, plain and simple. The truth of the end. And I really don't care what people think of me anymore. If the world hates you, know they hated me first. John 15:18. The truth of the end can't come soon enough for me. I am sick and tired of living in a sick and twisted nation and world being ruled under secrets and lies. Stand up for the truth. You're all a bunch of cowards. You're going to die. You better stand up now. Stand up for the truth. It's the Word of God. So I'm going to walk down here and just show you the little church on the hill. Again, my name's John, Jon. My last name's Drucks, Drucks. You need to look at my entire Facebook page. It's my book, Change 2014. It follows Change 2013 and Change 2012. The truth of the end. The truth of the end, people. Hopefully you can see that. It says the little church on the hill, built by volunteers, donated materials. This church was first consecrated June 20th, 1894. It was the only house of worship in the religion for half of a century. Services were discontinued in the early 1950s. The community rallied to save the church and moved it to its present location, where it was rededicated July 14th, 1957. Between 1991 and 1995, it was restored with local donations and volunteer labor, once again opening to the public. Little church on the hill, Oakhurst, California, under a chemtrail attack on Father's Day. I can't think of a better way to celebrate Father's Day than get attacked by chemicals. Peace.